Hi everyone, it's Eric from ecartman12.blogspot.com and welcome to my full review of the Sony Xperia T mobile phone. Before I actually kick off this review, I'd just like to say a big thank you to Vodafone for sending me this handset over to review. Now on with the review. Now, I'd like to first cover off the design aspect of the Xperia T. Now, as you can see, it's got some fingerprints on here, but as you can see, I have put a screen protector on it, a little bit of bubbles over here. But the screen protector is on, rather nice. It's not the best screen protector like the matte ones you could get, not like the matte finishes you can get out there, but it's still very nice that Sony included a screen protector inside the box. Now let's take a look at the design. Over here is a 4.7-inch touchscreen, and the resolution is 1280 by 720, and this is one of the nicest 720p displays I have seen on a mobile phone. It is really nice because it's also using Sony's Bravia engine that they use in their HD TVs. So the front is very nice to look at, and as you can see, it's got a sort of matte, sort of textured finish throughout the back, and it is very luxurious to actually feel. You can see some fingerprints sort of rubbing into there as you use it in your palm and stuff, but the overall build quality is very good. I also like this flap over here, which basically houses the SIM card and a micro SD card slot, and that's great right there. And it does use a micro SIM card, by the way. And something that's not so good is these buttons. Now, they are very well constructed, they feel very nice, and they're very responsive, and they're constructed of metal. However, I don't like the positioning of them. They're at the bottom right half of the phone, and many times I actually think I'm trying to increase the volume many times I think I'm trying to increase or decrease the volume, when really I am either pressing the power on-off button or the camera quick access button. So that's something I'm not very pleased with, but that's really the only design flaw in my opinion. On this side, nothing except the micro USB port and a pinhole mic over there, and as I showed you the back earlier, and here's a speaker, and here is a 13 megapixel camera with an LED flash. This camera is absolutely fantastic. It's also capable of capturing 1080p HD video, and it is flawless. One of the best cameras I've actually used on a mobile phone. Now, when it comes to detail, it is not as pleasing to look at as, say, photos from the Galaxy S3. But when you look at the photos in their full view, which I'll show you soon, they are very detailed indeed. Now let's actually power the phone on. And this is running Android version 4.0, also known as Ice Cream Sandwich, and I said a Jelly Bean update in my unboxing video will be coming very soon. However, it has been announced just a couple days after my unboxing video that Sony will be pushing out a Jelly Bean update to this phone in sometime in the first half of next year, in 2013. So that is something which you might want to consider if you want to get one of these handsets. If Jelly Bean is a priority to you, you might want to avoid this one. Now, as you can see, it's very, very smooth. When I'm scrolling between these screens, it is absolutely, very smooth. And this is only running a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor. It is not one of those quad-core processors. However, the performance is of the best I've actually used in a phone to date. It is so smooth, and when I'm, say, using the YouTube application or anything like that, it is absolutely flawless. No problems at all for using this for multimedia or anything of the sort. Speaking of multimedia, if I actually go into Mobo Player, you can actually play 720p video files on this, and 1080p. However, the only downside is here's the Avengers, you can see. I've actually got this from my DVD and I put it onto here. However, the downside is it looks really crisp, but there's no sound coming out of it. Now, that might be due to my conversion, but that's what it most definitely seems like. It's a little bit of a problem right there. But video playback is fantastic. Gameplay is great. The Amazing Spider-Man actually is one of the most smooth. Is running very smooth in this handset, whereas on all other phones and devices it lags a lot. Now let's show you some photos. Okay, so here's a photo. This is of the kitchen, and you can see over here shows the plate stuff, and it's a lot of detail in the actual photo. You can see it's quite far away. When I zoom all the way in, you can see it's a little bit blurred and a little bit grainy if you don't get good lighting, but other than that, it is a very good quality photo. Here's another one, and the quality of this photo is actually really quite good as well. So quality of the photos is quite good, and this one I was really impressed with because I actually focused on the actual diagrams, and as you can see, they're all picked up. They're with extreme detail. And this is actually a panoramic shot I actually did. So you can see over here, let's just zoom into it there. You can see it's done a really fantastic job at just doing this widespread camera sort of view. So it's done basically a long photo. That is absolutely amazing. I really love the panoramic feature. And here's another photo, and you can see if I zoom all the way in, you can read the writing, which you couldn't read before, right over here. So from this zoomed out position, you can't read it, but if you zoom all the way in, you can read the writing. So that is great. Detail there is great. The quality of the photos on this is great. The 1080p HD video is also very good. It's not the best 1080p HD video capture you'll see, but on a mobile phone, it's more than adequate. Now, in terms of performance, I want to actually show you a quadrant that I actually ran. I actually took a screenshot of it, and you can see over here, it's got a score of 4,899. That is an absolutely amazing score, and it's even surpassed the Asus Transformer Prime and the HTC One X, which the HTC One X has a quad-core processor, and this only has a dual 1.5 GHz dual core. So absolutely amazing. The performance of this is, according to Quadrant, tops the HTC One X, and since I've used both devices, I can most certainly agree with that. The performance on this is absolutely amazing. Now, you don't need quad-core. Quad-core is nice, yes, but dual-core is still very good these days, and it really is flawless when it comes to performance. I haven't noticed any sort of lag at all, and this is running Ice Cream Sandwich. When this gets Jelly Bean, this will be one of the most responsive phones on the market. It already is one of the most responsive phones on the market that I have tested, and it is running Ice Cream Sandwich and not Jelly Bean. So when this gets Jelly Bean, I'll be really keen to actually see it. It'll iron out all the bugs and all the glitches and all the little bits of lag that you'll notice on the phone. So absolutely amazing performance. The screen is absolutely beautiful. This I'd say is hands down the best screen I've seen on a mobile device, and I think that does have something to do with the fact that Sony have used their Bravia engine in this mobile phone. It goes super bright, and the text is super crisp. And as you can see, if I go into the home screen right here, the text really is very crisp, and I cannot fault the text at all. The build quality of this phone is very good. I love the sort of rubberized and sort of textured feel on the back. It feels very luxurious in the hand. This is James Bond's phone, and I have seen the movie Skyfall, and he does use this phone. However, the back is white, mainly due to the phone probably being a prototype at the time. But yes, this is one of the best, I'd say, feeling phones I've actually used. It's very comfortable in the hand. So I absolutely love this smartphone very much. It's actually going to be one of those kind of smartphones that I'm actually going to sort of feel bad about sending back once I've finished reviewing it. I really enjoyed using it that much. Can I give it flaws? Yes, I can. There is some lag in the user interface. I'm not a fan of Sony's Timescape, but the bugs can be forgiven because they're not like too bad. And you can also use an Apex launcher if you're not a fan of Timescape. And as you can see, Apex launcher very smooth, and you got the regular Ice Cream Sandwich folders. You have the regular app tray, so you can use stuff like this to sort of get away with it. That's what's great about Android. Everything is customizable. So this really is one of the best smartphones I've used in 2012. So thank you guys very much for watching. This has been Eric from ecartman12.blogspot.com. Please thumbs up this video, please subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next video.